Hey guys, how's it going? It's Target here. Welcome back to another episode of the Toronto Maple Leafs Be a GM. Here we are in the playoffs in our first year, a year where I wasn't sure if we'd make it or not. We were kind of a fringe team. We did a partial rebuild. We traded away players and assets that we had that we didn't actually need this year or in the future for lots and lots of draft picks. So if you haven't seen exactly what I've done, go back, watch the first few episodes, actually probably episode 2 and episode 3. We'll go over that very exclusively and in depth. But for now, we're going to take a look at the stats, as I said we would, for our team and how we did. So first, let's take a look at the players and see where we ended up. So Nugent Hopkins had a 64-point season. Based on last year, that is a 12-point increase. So we are going to see some developmental progress from Nugent Hopkins. Likely get to an 85, maybe even an 86 if we're lucky. Joffrey Lupul had 61 points, which is a bit of a downgrade from the year before, where he had almost a point per game, more than a point per game. But I think in the long run, that number is probably going to be about average for Joffrey Lupul. He's a second-line left-wing sniper. He's a decent player, but that last year, he played more than an 84 overall sniper. You know, he was playing at an entirely different level. Phil Kessel had 56 points in 82 games. Not a great performance from him, considering, look at the numbers put up in the last few years. Mind you, his plus-minus is better this year. He had a lot better rating there, and he put up 28 goals, which is really, really nice, and a solid number from Phil Kessel. I always expect Kessel to be in the 30-goal range. All right, Dave Bolland. The first year for him with the Toronto Maple Leafs, it technically shouldn't be, but we made the trades, or made the movements. Dave Bolland is a great second-line forward, two-way forward. He's got good faceoffs, and he had a huge increase in point production over the year before. So that's a big number for Dave Bolland. Big jump. You're going to see Dave Bolland probably jump up to an 85, and that's where he'll finish off. Nazem Kadri, 50 points. We can't expect anything but a huge jump from him. I mean, he played a combination of, how many is that? 50 games? 50 games before this, and then an 82-game season where he put up 50 points. Nazem Kadri, you can expect him to get to about an 84, 85 too. Clark MacArthur, how'd you do, buddy? 47 points. That's an increase from last year, there's no doubt about it, but again, 62 points back in 2010, 2011. That was a good year for MacArthur. So I think he did really well. Jake Gardiner, 41 points. That's a good year for him as well. That's an increase. We're going to see Jake Gardiner get better. Cody Franzen, how'd you do, buddy? 35 points. Wow, that's a respectable number in comparison to the year before. That's a 14-point increase. So we're going to see, but that was, mind you, look at how many fewer games he played. So if we take a look at this season, over 2 years, I guess that's not the greatest, offensive production and increase. Van Riemsdyk. All right, Van Riemsdyk is a second-line power forward. He only put up 34 points this year, but I guarantee that number is, his overall is going to jump big time. He's probably going to get up to an 85, 86 in this offseason. Believe me, he's that good of a player. Tyler Bozak, 34 points, and he played the third line. If I'm not mistaken, he played the third line. That's a really good number for a third-line center. Who played some tough minutes, and his plus-minus is 0, which is a big increase on minus 29. He was probably last in the league that year. Justin Schultz, we picked him up at the trade deadline. He finished with 33 points in his rookie season. John Michael Lyles with 32 points. He's an offensive defenseman and only put up 6 goals. We need to see better production from John Michael Lyles. So as it stands now, Lyles may be definitely on the way out. Carl Gunnarsson, a defensive defenseman. He put up the same number of points as Lyles, right? 26 points? Oh, no, 6 points less. But he's a defensive defenseman, and we've seen Gunnarsson before. We know he kind of regresses and gets to a very poor defenseman. So we may end up dealing him. Nikolai Kulinman, we kept around. We played him way down the depth chart, way lower than he should be playing as a sniper. But that's probably where he's going to max out there. Jay McClements, our fourth-line center, who will always be our fourth-line center, probably. I can't see a time when he probably won't be. I mean, with his face-offs, it's absolutely crazy. Unless we can come up with another grinder who's got, 75 to 80 face-offs, Jay McClement's going to be our boy. 19 points, that's really good. You can't expect much more from him. Jason Chimera, another grinder we got. 19 points this year, very good for him. Joe Colborne, Guys kept saying switch him out, don't play him, but Joe Colborne had a good year. 14 points, 9 goals, 5 assists on the fourth line. I think Joe Colborne, not Colborne, my bad. I'm an idiot. Colborne, he's gonna do nothing but good things, basically. Paul Ranger, we picked him up just for some depth, and he played 60 games for us. 9 points. And Mike Komisarek, 7 points in 82 games. Holy, I wonder who's the odd man out here, hey? Just gonna get a drink of water. Okay, oh, you know what? I didn't take a look at goaltending. Now, one of the questions I asked you guys going into this was, which goaltender do we go with? And I think we need... Somebody said, you can't base it on the record. You can't base it on the record because they both are actually rather even. Goals against average. So Reimer had the better goals against average, 2.32. But I think the one telling thing is save percentage. Jonathan Bernier, 92.19. Okay, Jonathan Bernier had a great save percentage this year. And they both had the same number of shutouts. Reimer played 300 more minutes, so that might have something to do with the save percentage. But it's hard to say. I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll go with Bernier to start just because the save percentage is a little bit higher than Reimer's. And we'll see how he does through the first 3 games. So 3 games will do. If you got a positive record, you'll continue. If you have a negative record, we'll switch you out. So that's pretty straightforward. Through 3 games, you're going to definitely have a positive or a negative record, right? So that's what we're going to do as we proceed here. Do we need to look at... We'll take a look at team standings. We'll see how we did there. Okay, so we finished with 92 points on the year. That's 11th in the NHL. In terms of goals for per game, we were in 6th at 2.83. That's not too bad for a team that finished 11th. Goals against per game, we were 8th as well. Is that 8 for both, really? Oh, 6th, sorry, 6th. And then 8th for goals against per game. So we could have been better, but we did pretty well. We are playing Carolina, who, oddly enough, are number 1 for goals against. So this could be a tough series for us to put goals away. Power play percentage, we were 14th, so we were just better than half of the league. That's not a good number. I like that better. And our penalty kill, dead last, 75.2. Guys, that's something that's going to change as we get into this, as we get some more elite stars coming through, and our players get a little bit better. In terms of last 10, I think probably have the worst record, 1-8-1. We do have the worst record in the NHL. How has Carolina's last 10 been? 4-4-2. So they've been 500. We can definitely take out a 500 team. All right. So first things first. Actually, let's take a look at the coaching. Let's go to edit lines. We said we're gonna put Bernier in there to start, so that's what we're gonna do. Bernier is in there. Never mind. So Van Riemsdyk, Nugent Hopkins, and Kessel will remain as our top line. Boland, Lupul, and Kadri on the second line. Bozak, Kuhlman, and MacArthur on the third, and Chimera, McClement, and Colburn on the fourth line. Our defensive pairings, we're going to keep Gardner and Lyles together, followed by Gunnarsson and Schultz, Franzen and Komisarek on the final pairing. And that's it, guys. Okay, we do need to view the lines here, so we're going to take a look at Carolina and see what they kept around, see if they look any different. Maybe they look like the one I built. I seriously doubt it. That team was epic. So, they've got Eric Stahl, Jeff Skinner, and Alexander Salmon on that top line. I'm going to have to go ahead and give the top line to them. The second line... It's pretty close. I'm going to give the second line to us, I think. I don't remember anymore what we had on that line. I'm not used to this team quite yet. Yeah, we got the second line, 84, 84, 83. And they have, where is it? 83, 85, and 80. Chad LaRoe is a grinder up there. Third line we have, and fourth line we have. Defense, they've got us on the first line. We've got them on the second and third line. And then goaltending, guarantee you, they've got us. So... it's going to come down to depth scoring for us because we have a lot more scoring throughout the lineup. We've got a lot more players over 80. They have a lot fewer players over 80. So without further ado, let's jump right into this. All right, so the first period of the first game of our first year in the playoffs. Here we go. 1-0 for the Carolina Hurricanes. Alexander 7 scores on Jonathan Bernier. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. We got 2 more periods left to go. Here we go. 2-0. Jeff Skinner buries the biscuit in the back of the net. And we're down by 2 goals going into the third. This is not good. Keep in mind, we don't have home ice advantage, so this could be a little bit tougher. Third period, and we lose 4-0. All right, that's fine. That's 1 game. We need to score some goals, though. We did say that it's going to be tough, considering the the goals against per game that Carolina had through the entire season. We are facing the best guys. So this is going to be a real challenge. Game 2, here we go. In Carolina again. First period. No goal scores, but we did outshoot them almost 3-1. Second period. Still no goals scored. We're doubled up still on shots. We're doing really well. We just need a couple goals here. I'd say 1 goal, but I want to get 1 and an insurance marker here in the third. Third period. No goals still. 30-19. We have an 11 shot lead on the Carolina Hurricanes going into overtime. OT. First OT. And we do it! Joffrey Lupul scores on Justin Peters. There we go. I wonder why they're playing Peters. That's interesting. I wonder if they had problems with Ward. Okay, so we're tied 1-1, and we bring it home. This is very good for us, guys. Very good for us. First period of Game 3. Here we go. Wait. Okay, Toronto. I'm still looking at Carolina. I was like, why are we away? All right, first period. 1-0. Okay, Marc-Andre Bergeron scores. So they picked up Bergeron. Interesting. Interesting move by them to pick him off free agency. Second period. 4-1. Oh my God. We need to score some goals. Dave Bolland is the only one that could actually put one away for us. Corvo, Stalin, Ruutu all score. Third period. I don't know if we can do it. I don't think we have anything in the tank. 5-2. So we did get one, but Jay McClement scored. Wow, 5-2. That was an absolute ass whooping by the Carolina Hurricanes. Okay, so we're down 2-1 through 3 games. I said that if we had a or if our goalie posted a record that was sub 500, I would change him out. So that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. Edit lines. Bernier, Reimer, switch them around. There we go. Okay, so we go to Game 4 in Carolina, or in Toronto here. So I got to get used to that. First period, here we go. 2-0 we're down. Oh my God. Zach Boychuk and Joni Pitkinen both score in the first. We're outshooting them 12-8. What's the issue here? Second period. 2-2. There you go. Phil Kessel and Nugent Hopkins respond. Finally, our top line is starting to score. We need them here. We need them in the third period to tie this series up, guys. Come on, boys. Tie this series up. Third period. Oh, we do it. Phil Kessel. Finally, that top line scoring. Look at how much time was left in the third. Only 59 seconds left, and Kessel buries the biscuit. What a goal by Phil Kessel. Unbelievable. And we tie the series up at 2. That's awesome. So Reimer comes in Game 4, the series on his shoulders, and he comes up big for us in that game. Absolutely huge. Reimer's going to get another role here. So that's Game 1 for him, and he wins it. So this is Game 5 in Carolina now. This is going to be a tough game for us. Here we go. First period. 2-0. Nazem Kadri and Jason Chimera. The boys are scoring in front of James Reimer. Not so much in front of Jonathan Bernier. That's interesting. We need to keep scoring. Second period. Still 2-0. James Reimer shuts the door. I don't know. We might have some early heroics here in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Third period. Let's take the lead on this series. Good God. Here we go. And we do a 2-0 shutout for James Reimer. Sorry. Yeah, he faced 28 shots. Excellent, excellent. And our fourth line produced. Guys, we're going back to Carolina here. No matter the result of this game, James Reimer will play the rest of this series just because he's already won 2. All right, Game 6. We can take the series right here, right now. Let's do it. First period. Here we go. And we're down 1-0. Okay, Yuri Talusti scores on Reimer. All right, that's okay. It's only 1 goal. The shots are pretty even, and we have home ice advantage. Second period. 1-1. There you go. Jay McClement, our fourth line, getting it done here in Toronto for the fans at the Air Canada Center. I'm going to slow it down a little bit here as we go into the third period. Let's see if we can take the lead in this game and clinch this series. Halfway through, no goals. There you go, Nazem Kadri. Yes, second line producing now. Time ticking down. Time ticking down. 3-1. James Van Riemsdyk scores from the first line. 18 seconds left with an empty netter, and the Toronto Maple Leafs are moving on to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. James Reimer posting a .970 save percentage. Let's skip ahead a day and see exactly where our players stack up in the stats categories. Okay, so for Toronto, we aren't up there for goals. We aren't up there for assists. We aren't up there for points. But I bet you James Reimer's up there for save percentage. Absolutely. Number 1, .966. Goals against average are 1. James Reimer will be our boy going ahead. We'll still do the 3 and, best of 3. But we'll see how it goes here. So James Reimer will continue on to the next series. Let's sim ahead here and take a look and see who we're going to play in the second round of the playoffs. That's exciting, guys. Oh, the Buffalo Sabres. We're going to stop the simulation. We're going to be playing the Buffalo Sabres here in the second round. Let's take a look first. Let's compare the teams. Let's see who's better. We know the goaltending they've got us, and it's going to be another tough show here, guys. Another tough show. Where were we going again? Buffalo. So, the top line of Cody Hodgson, Drew Stafford, and Thomas Vanek. I think we've got them beat in the fact that we have Phil Kessel. Yeah, we got them beat for sure. The second line, Tyler Ennis, Ville Leino, Nathan Gerby, we've got them beat for sure. Steve Ott, Foligno, Mancari, I don't know who that is. We got them beat. And the fourth line of Adam, Hecht, and Coletta, we've got them beat as well. So all four lines we have beat. Defense, they've got us on that top pairing, but the second two pairings, we have them beat for sure. The only thing we don't have them on is goaltending. But we have James Reimer, and he's playing absolutely phenomenal right now. We cannot complain. Now, Buffalo finished 49, 25, and 8. Ville Leino is their top goal getter at 5 goals, 6 assists. We need to find some offensive production. And if there's a series for us to find offensive production in, it's this one, just based on the line comparisons. We have a better team than they do, minus the goaltending. All we need to do is figure out... it looks like they've been playing Enroth as well. All we need to do is figure out Miller and Enroth, and we're golden. So, without further ado, let's jump right into this. Okay, first period of Game 1 in Buffalo. Here we go. No goals scored. Shots are even. We move on to the second period. No goals scored again. We've got a slight lead in the shots on net. I'd like to see at least 12 shots in the third period, and perhaps we can sneak in a goal past Ryan Miller. Third period. Oh, no goals scored again, and we almost got the shots I wanted. We added 11 instead of 12. That's really good. I like 10 shots a period is about what I like. Anything less than that, you're not producing. First overtime, still no goals scored. Here we go. 1-0. Nathan Gerby scores on James Reimer. In the first overtime, late in it, more than halfway through, with no goals at all. So that was a tight affair. If you got to lose them, I guess that's the best way to lose them, is in overtime. But we want to win. We want to win, ultimately. Sean Monahan, we've been scouting the shit out of you. Now, I was also looking at a goaltender, because we do need to address a goaltender situation. Who else is a... So, here, Scores is another top goaltender there. Somebody said don't get Clint Windsor because he's not very good. Williams here. Williams is also a good goalie here. 4.5 stars. So it looks like we pretty much scouted all the goalies that are worth scouting. We could take a look, I guess, at defensemen. Who have we not scouted here? We've got Seth Jones. Yeah, okay. Forwards. Have we scouted everybody? Forwards. Let's get a little more information on... Actually, you know what? I'm going to take a look at the OHL. I want to see what Sean Monahan is, because I've seen him get to a 76 before. I've also seen him get to... you know what? All his categories are in according to... I want to scout him another one. I want to go one more time in the OHL with the forwards. Because I really like Sean Monahan. He's got great face-offs. He would look really good on that first line, or that second line. So we'll go there for a month. All right, we go to Game 2 here now. In Buffalo again. If we could split the series here at home against the Buffalo Sabres, that'd be a big coup for us. Here we go. First period. 1-0. Phil Kessel scores on Jonas Enroth. So Enroth is getting the start. This is our time to take advantage of them. They're putting in their backup goalie. 12 shots in the first period. Second period now. 3-0. I told you, we've got to take advantage of this. Joffrey Lupul and Nugent Hopkins both bury the biscuit in the second period. We're out shooting them 26-16. Third period. All we got to do is shut them down here. Shut them down, boys. Here we go. And we do. 3-0. James Reimer comes out on top in this three-pairing game. He needs one more win to stay in there. Otherwise, I think I'll switch him out for... You know what? I'm not, because he only lost the first game 1-0. That was a lack of offensive production. So we go to Game 3 in Toronto now with an opportunity to take a lead of the series. First period. No goals. 13-10 of the shots, though. That's a really good showing. Second period. Oh, we're down 1-0. Adams scores on James Reimer. 4:24 left in the second period. I guarantee you Ryan Miller is in there right now because we're having a tough time scoring. Third period. Ah, 2-1. We got one on Miller. It is Miller. But Vanek scored late in the third period to take the lead. I don't think I can physically remove James Reimer. It's not his fault that we're losing right now. He's done a good job. He's only let in 3 goals in 3 games. That's not Reimer's fault at all. The offense needs to get going. So we're going to game... Is this game 4 now? Yeah, game 4 in Toronto now. We need to tie this series up. Come on, boys. We're in the same situation we were against the Carolina Hurricanes. First period. 2-2. That's a good performance. It means we're scoring, and it means Enroth is in the net. So we just need to figure out how to shut... we need to figure out how Reimer needs to shut the door and how we need to get past Enroth. Second period. We need to shoot some more. Second period. 3-3 is the shots. The shots are really close, 21-18. Sorry, 3-3 of his goals. Lupul and Adam both score. Third period. Come on, guys, tie the series up. It'd be fantastic if we could do it just now. Yes, there you go. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins scores on Jonas Enroth. This is fantastic. We just need to keep beating them with Enroth in net. We go to game 5 now in Buffalo. I gotta get a drink. Hold on. Game 5 in Buffalo. Here we go. First period. 1-1 the score. Okay, so we've got a goal. We got a goal on Miller now. They aren't going to come very often, so we need you, Reimer, to shut the door for us, buddy. We really need you to shut the door. Second period. Still 1-1. Okay, so Reimer is shutting the door, and we're taking shots like crazy. 23-16. Third period. Take a lead of this series. Come on, give us a gift. Yes! We did it! Joffrey Lupul scores a Nazem Kadri with 26 seconds left. It buries the empty netter. Okay, we figured out Ryan Miller in that game. That was absolutely crucial for us. Absolutely crucial. All right, we got it right here, boys. Game 6 in Toronto at the Air Canada Centre. The team's prepared to eliminate another one of their foes. First period, here we go. Hopefully Enroth's in net and we can make this really easy. Oh my god, and Enroth is in net and 3 goals are scored. 13-7 were the shots. Let's get at least 7 to 10 shots in the second period. Second period, 3-1. Okay, so we did get 8 shots in that period. Not as much as I would have liked. I said 7 to 10, but I would have preferred closer to 10. And Drew Stafford scores. All we need to do is keep them off the board here. We've got a 2-goal lead. Let's maintain that. I'm going to go a little bit slow here. A little bit slower. Ah, and they score. Luke Adams scores. Come on, boys. Shut them down. There you go. Dave Bolin scores. Oh, Miller went in net now after that first period. That's why we're having trouble scoring. Shut him down. Come on. Oh, there's Phil Kessel burying the empty net. Oh, fabulous Phil. Fantastic Phil. Phil of the future. Phil the thrill. There you go, boys. We're through 2 rounds. This is unbelievable. I cannot believe this is happening right now. All right, we go. Well, I'm going to sim up right to where we... Oh, hold on. The playoffs are over. Who are we going to play? Oh, Montreal Canadiens. Fantastic. We're playing the Habs. This is going to be a great series, I'll tell you right now. Let's take a look and compare, or actually, let's take a look at our stats here and see how we're doing. So goals, let's see. We're not up there for goals. However, Nugent Hopkins has 5 goals and 6 assists. So he is tied for 6th spot in the standings for goals. He is not up there for assists. He might be up there for points. We have nobody, really. Okay, so he's tied again with Eberle and Eberle and Gagne of the Oilers. Reimer, 7 wins, so he's doing really well. He is in 2nd for save percentage, only behind Pekka Rinne, and 1.31 goals against average. How are you supposed to beat Rinne's goals against average at .94? Another thing I want to check here at Stats Central is the playoff tree and see exactly what the Western Conference is looking like. So Nashville and Minnesota are playing in the 3rd round. And on our side, Montreal ended up beating Pittsburgh, New York, and now they play us. So they swept the New York Rangers. The Pittsburgh series went the full length. Montreal and us were really close in points. I mean, they had 92 points. We had 92 points. We were exactly tied. So is that right? We had I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to count. I don't feel like doing math right now. Let's compare the teams here. View lines. NHL. Montreal, there we are. Alright, so the top line of Plekanec, Gionta, and Bork, they have us beat for sure. Not by much, though. Gianta's got one up. The second line, it's pretty close. We got them beat by a little bit. The third line, though, they have, again, it's pretty close again. We're tied there. And the fourth line, we have them beat for sure. Top two defensive pairings, they've got us. The bottom one, we've got them. Goaltending doesn't even have to be said. They have Carey Price. This is going to be a tough one for us. Absolutely tough. I'm going to cut it there, guys. I'm really sorry, but these first two rounds took quite a bit of time. We went through, the season analyzation and what have you. But when we come back, we're going to be taking a look at the third round, the Eastern Conference Finals. Remember, with the Carolina Hurricanes, this was our Achilles heel. Every single time we played, this is where we got stuck. So let's hope that doesn't happen this time. Let's hope we can get to the Stanley Cup Finals in our first year. It would be absolutely phenomenal. Until next time, guys, I'm Target Audience. You guys have a good one.